Hello, nice to see you all gathered here to listen to my topic about e-commerce, about tax compliance, and how it affects all of us. I know that topic about taxes is not an easy crunch, but I will do my best to explain to you how works the indirect taxation, so you can easily understand each and every step. So I guess we can no longer hold on. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Ruta. I am the head of indirect taxes at 1stopVAT. With the taxes, I am more than 4 years already. Mostly, I'm focusing on e-commerce taxation for the businesses who do sales physically or digital sales. I guess not all of you know how exactly is related tax compliance with the success of the business. So I really hope that after my speech, all of you will understand that connection. Okay, so let's go to the next slides. And some statistics from the global e-commerce world, as I guess everyone know that these years are the golden years for e-commerce. And according to international survey, more than 30% of all online shoppers, they do shopping at least once a week. Another interesting thing is that more than 50% of all sales made online are made via marketplaces. And maybe this will be a hint for those who are not already in the market and are looking for the products to sell. So the most popular product types that are sold online are clothes, electronics and accessories, and of course the beauty products. So if you already decided to dive into international market, you have to be prepared for that. So in order to be prepared, my suggestion is to have at least the answers to these main 4 questions. Of course, definitely the first question is what product I'm going to sell. Without a product, there will be no business. From the taxation perspective, it is really important because the same product might be taxed differently in each and every country. Well, as an example, I can take kids' clothing. In Lithuania, it will be taxed with 20% VAT. In Luxembourg, it will be only 3% of VAT, and in Ireland, it will be totally 0. So you can see how many differences it may be with only one example. Another question that you have to answer to yourself, to which exactly region you are going to expand? To Europe, to US, maybe to UK market? Why is it important? Because each and every country has different regulations, even for the licensing of the products, for invoicing, for tax compliance as well. So when you decide in which region you are going to, you have to get familiar with the regulations of that country. Another thing that you have to be sure about, what sales channels you are going to use. Will it be the sales via your own web shop, or you will use marketplace as a sales channel? Why is it important? Because there are cases when not the seller is responsible for the taxes, but the marketplace. So you have to understand how it really works. And of course, when you have answer to all these previous questions, you already indicated in which regions you have liabilities. So then you have to dig into these regions and to get more and more familiar, and in order to meet all the regulations. So let's have a look a little bit closer to European market. When you go to European market, you have to follow up all the European Union regulations, and of course you have to understand the regulation of each and every country of the national regulations. Why is it so? Yes, the European Union has unified VAT directive, but each country as well has some differences in their national law. Currently, in the European market, there is 10,000 threshold, and after that threshold is reached, VAT liabilities are implemented. We can take an example that it will be easier for you to understand how it works. So let's say if there is an online seller based in Lithuania, it sells shoes online all over Europe. So if the business has not reached the threshold of 10,000 in a calendar year, so the seller can be totally chill and no have to worry about the tax compliances out of Lithuania. But if that threshold is reached, the seller has to decide what he will do. There are two options what they can do. He can do registrations in all the 27 European countries, or they can choose to get registered for OSS system. Definitely none of the business prefer to be registered in different 27 countries, because it is not only different countries, but it is different languages, different currency, different deadlines and regulations. So most of the business, if it's possible, they choose OSS. What is that OSS and how it works? OSS, to say it in simple words, it will be a simplified system for VAT filing for distance sales in European Union. So to explain better, I guess also it will be easier with the scheme. So let's take this time as an example, like a Latvian company is doing sales online of electronic gadgets. The business is really successful. They have reached the 10,000 threshold. So the seller decides to get registered for OSS. So what goes next? The seller gets registered. They start collecting taxes in each and every country where the customer is. So it means that if the sales are made to German customer, German VAT has to be applied. If the customer is from Lithuania, Lithuanian VAT has to be applied. Then, once in a quarter, they submit one return, split all the information according to the sales made to different countries, and then make only one payment to Latvian STI in euros. And this is it. Then Latvian STI will split all the payment to all the countries according to the provided report. So for sure, from seller's perspective, this system, OSS system, is really simplified, and it helps in a daily life for the sellers. If we take a little bit different situation, that the seller stores goods not only in Latvia, but let's say in Lithuania as well. So in such situation, there will be no possibility to use the threshold of 10,000. So it means that if the seller sends products from more than one country, so from the first sale, they have to decide if they are going to get registered in each and every country where the customer is, or to choose the OSS system. And as mentioned before, marketplace takes a really significant part in e-commerce. So if your business has decided to work via marketplace, of course you have to be prepared for that. Definitely you have to understand how where your stock will be held. I guess most of you will know that marketplaces offer a possibility to store the goods in many countries in Europe. And what does it mean to the seller? So it means that the seller has to be registered for VAT purposes in all these countries. And here OSS will not help. You have to be compliant in each and every country where your stock is stored. Also, as mentioned before, you have to have a proper product to sell on the marketplace. And as well, it is important because the taxability is different. You have to make a proper setup on your account that proper VAT will be applied. And as well about these setups on the marketplace, you have to be really careful. You have to constantly update your information about your VAT registrations, the changes of your address. Why is it so? Because starting from this year, all marketplaces has liability to suspend your account if any of the details on your account and on your VAT certificates are not matching. As well, your accounts may be suspended once the marketplaces will report your sales to European countries and you have not paid all the taxes that you should have. And I guess you can imagine what a huge impact, negative impact, may have the suspension of your account during Christmas period. And to unblock your account, it may take from a month to 3. So it's not an easy and quick process. So you have to be prepared for that. And of course, if your account is set it up properly, you don't have to worry about. And finally, you have to double check what are the rules in the country. Maybe marketplace takes over all the responsibilities from you. Unfortunately, for European sellers selling via marketplace in Europe, marketplaces do not take over the responsibilities. But let's say if you have a business established in UK and you're doing sales via marketplace in Europe, all the VAT liabilities to collect VAT, to remit VAT to the authorities goes to the marketplace. So you do not have to worry about anything. As I've started to talk about UK, if your business will decide to go there, you, of course, have to keep in mind that UK is not European Union anymore, and if you're doing sales from Europe to UK, import regulations will be involved. The exemption might be if you are doing sales of the products, if the value of them is not higher of £150. In that case, you have to be registered in UK as a VAT payer before your first sale. You have to charge your customers at the moment of sale, but not at when the goods are imported in UK. The goods are not stopped in the customs. No additional taxes are applied. If the product's value is higher than 150, then normal customs procedures are involved, and of course import VAT calculated, maybe duties or excise taxes. As well, if the sales are made via marketplace and you are a business established in Europe, you don't have to worry about the taxes. All tax liabilities are transferred to the marketplace. Let's talk about US. I know from our company's experience that more and more businesses are interested in the US market, and I'm not sure why, but a lot of the sellers are still thinking that if I'm doing sales in US, I don't have to worry about the taxes because this is US, there is no taxes. But definitely this is not true. Starting from 2018, in US, there was implemented economic nexus rule. And what does it mean? It means that each state in USA has set the registration threshold for sales tax. So it means that it doesn't matter if your business is established in Europe, in UK, I don't know, in Australia. If you do sales to US market, and if you have reached a threshold in one or another state, you have to be registered as a sales taxpayer. Of course, here the biggest trick is that in US there are 50 states, and all of them have different regulations, even for the thresholds calculation. Different regulation, what product is taxable, different rates, different reporting forms, different deadlines. So you have to be you have to know this market really well if you decide to go there. Besides the economic nexus, there is physical nexus. What does it mean for a business? So let's say you are a European-based business and you have a stock in Washington state. So it means that economic nexus threshold is not applicable to you. You have to be registered in Washington state from the very first sale from that state. So you have to make sure where your stock is held. If your sales are made via marketplace, then there is nothing to worry about because marketplace takes all the responsibilities. But if your sales are made via own web shop, all the responsibilities are on yours. In order to be registered in US, you have to be prepared. You have to be registered as you have to have employer's identification number, which is called EIN code. Then it is preferable to have USA bank account to make the payments for sales tax via direct debit method. Yes, it's possible to make a payment via credit card, but not in all the states. And to make by credit card the payment, it is extra charged from 3 to 5% on top of your total payable amount, while a direct debit payment is free of charge. Of course, to be compliant, you have to make timely submissions of your sales tax returns to make on timely your payments. And I guess we are almost in the end of my speech. So to sum up, of course, I would like to mention that carefully decide in which region you are going, get familiar with the country, and of course it is always recommended to get some advisory from tax experts before you start sales in one or another region, because as you have saw on the slides, the differences may be really, really huge. And the final word from my side will be that maybe not all of us imagine or evaluate that tax compliant businesses has effect to all of us. I don't know if you know that, but VAT takes the biggest part of all the taxes collected to the country's budget. So we can make like a statement that tax compliant businesses makes our tomorrow better. So thanks a lot for your attention. And if you have any questions, so you're welcome.
Wow, okay. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Oh my God. Yeah, taxes is a difficult topic, I do believe that we have so many questions, but let me ask, so what is the most common question that you're getting always, when someone is coming to you and saying, okay, Ruta, tell me this, how to do it?
Well, yeah, I guess most often this is the case when the sellers are coming to us, look, we have received a letter, and what shall we do now? So I guess from our perspective, of course, definitely it's always better to get consultation, to analyze on your own the different countries before you start doing sales, and not to wait for the notifications from the other countries, because, of course, to solve the problems, it's always more difficult than to start smoothly from the very beginning.